This is the collection of knives that I inherited from my granddad recently when he died. I think his obituary's in the Times today. And so yeah, there's quite a few there. I've got them in order of best to worst, from left to right. This is definitely the nicest one. Comes in a nice leather sheath. It wasn't actually the sheath that it was in. That one there was in the sheath at first, but then I changed it. So this is probably the best one, and it's one of the nicest ones. It did have a nubbin thing there, so you can flick it open easier, but I lost the screw, although I still have the nubbin thing. I don't know what it's called anyway. And it has a lanyard loop there. And the sheath has a little sharpening stick in it, but it's not that good. It tends to blunt them instead of sharpening them. And there's this one, which is in my survival tin, generally. I took it out for this video though. Okay, my camera's too shoddy to see the writing properly. It says cold finger knife, registration number 64115. And I have a small Swiss style knife. That's quite good, although it doesn't lock and it closes quite easily. The blade's very sharp and it's quite small and light. This one's quite nice. It's a Laguiole make. A lot of these knives are Laguiole, which is a French make, I think, but a lot of them really aren't that good. The blades are just too shoddy, and they're chrome steel instead of stainless steel. Like that one's stainless, whereas this one's chrome, so it just doesn't really sharpen that well. But this one's quite sharp, even though it's chrome steel and it's Laguiole make. That's all the really good ones for now. This one's quite good. The blade's quite sharp, and the handle's quite nice. It's Laguiole again, and it has nice patterning along the back and along the back of the actual handle. It doesn't lock though. None of the Laguiole knives lock. This is probably the nicest Laguiole knife. It's got quite a nice wooden handle, but it's just the blade. The actual tip of the blade is completely blunt. Bits of it are actually flat. And there's this gardening knife here, which is quite a nice one, apart from it doesn't sharpen very well. This would be a really good one, apart from the handle is plastic, not ivory, and to unlock it you have to pull this ring really hard, so you need two hands just to be able to close it. Then we have another Laguiole one here, which is quite nice, but it's kind of blunt and the blade is really crap. This would be a really nice knife, apart from the safety is really too loose. And the blade's wobbly, and it's a chrome steel blade instead of a stainless steel. Then there's another Laguiole one, which is quite nice, apart from the blade is a bit duff. Another Laguiole one, which has got a broken blade. So it's actually quite sharp, so that would have been one of the good ones, but it's broken. Then there's this bottle opener, which isn't even a proper knife. Then there are these ones that are especially like imitations of cutthroat razors. They're reasonably sharp, but they're just not that good. And there's this monstrosity which doesn't even shut properly. And it's just, yeah, I can't even look at it. Then in my actual knives that I own, well, that I've always owned, there's a small one that was the original one with my survival tin. This little sheath knife I made out of a scalpel blade. It's quite good, but it's not great because the blade's a bit wobbly. Piss. This is the first knife that I had that was like a proper single blade knife. This I bought in Spain, and I kind of knocked the tip off by throwing it at the door. And the blade's quite wobbly anyway, so it's not that good. This is my other great-granddad's old knife. and it has a broken blade, so this thing's really difficult to get out. My Swiss Army knife, which I've had for quite a while, although the main blade is slightly broken at the end, but it's still pretty sharp. This would be really nice if it was a bigger, a smaller knife even. And it's really old, and the tip's chipped. But it's a really good design because the spike is actually part of the handle, so it makes it comfy to hold. Although it doesn't lock, but it's quite stiff to close. So that's my knife collection. Right.